You're listening to a special interview segment for the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com.
Okay, folks, joining us on the phone today, we're going to be joined by a talent from Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. He was the first Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champion, known by the name of Rockstar Robbie. Rockstar, welcome to the show.
What's going on, man?
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing excellent. So you're going to be getting ready for the very first Booker T's pay-per-view. It's going to be Christmas Chaos 7. It's going to be taking place 16511 Diana Lane in Houston, Texas. For those who want to watch it online, you can go to feed.com/Booker T. That's PHEED.com. You can also go to realityofwrestling.com as well. So, you know, Robbie, getting ready for the pay-per-view coming up?
I am more than ready for it. Been training harder than ever for it. It's one of those that's going to be turning some heads. It's actually also going to be ROW's first DVD taping as well.
Nice.
You know, getting out on that DVD pay-per-view, it's going to be one of those that, you know, we're going to want to bring our A game. A lot of important people are going to be watching it. I know that with Book being back with WWE, especially in such a high capacity, you know, and us being his guys, I know that this can only be, you know, the start of something big.
Absolutely. So far, the match is announced. American Eagle going up against Gustavo Mendoza. Also, Jared Steele versus Mitch Baxter. And you yourself will be going up against the new Reality of Wrestling champion, Rob Barnes. You recently lost your title to him in the
I guess so.
So what's your feeling going into the pay-per-view as challenger and not champion?
You know, it's actually kind of lit a fire under my ass. You know, I've always wanted to be the best, steal the show. You know, I've always had that, you know, Shawn Michaels mentality. You know, I just try and bring, you know, that it factor back. You know, that one thing that no one else can really do. And, you know, that's just, you know, I know all of our guys, they can entertain, but just that it factor that you can't really quite pinpoint, I just try to bring that back to ROW. So, you know, I've just been training harder than ever, ready for this match, ready for this pay-per-view, ready to get my title back.
Very nice. Also scheduled to appear is Maverick Jared Wayne, a well-known person according to us. Also, Ruthless Ryan Davison, and they're bringing in a special guest, MVP. How do you feel about getting to work, you know, alongside him?
You know, I've known MVP for quite some time. I know he's doing huge things in Japan right now. I mean, he actually just got back in town from Japan, I believe. And also, Friday, we have a big all-star clinic with Booker T, MVP, and Devon from TNA. They're going to be coming in, having a clinic for only trained wrestlers only, of course. But getting to work with MVP, MVP is great. He's actually taught me quite a bit just on the, not anything major, but just like the small things that'll get you noticed by some of the bigger companies. So, I mean, just for MVP to be at our show is a pretty big deal.
Very nice.
We did touch a little bit on you going in for the rematch for your title. You were the first ROW champion, and I know that before you were also a PWA champion, and I guess in a sense that you could argue the title lineage is the same. But how did you feel about being the guy who went in after the rebranding to be the first guy to hold the title? Is that like a great sense of pride for you? Just how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I don't think it officially set in until maybe a month or so after I won the title. It's just one of those things, you know, you go back and you look at the tape, and it just shocks the hell out of you. You know, I mean, I came to Texas, you know, 5 years ago, being previously trained out in California, and just wanted to be a part of Booker T's show. You know, I didn't care about winning titles, you know, anything like that. I just wanted to be a part of the show, and just to see how far I've come winning his championship, being the first, you know, ROW champion, former PWA heavyweight champion, also a six-time PWA tag team champion. You know, it's all pretty surreal.
Very nice.
Did you move to go and train with Booker? Like you said, you started out in California. Was that what prompted the move, or?
The only reason I moved to Texas was to train with Book.
Very cool.
What was it like first getting to meet him? You know, getting to work with him and all that.
In California, you get a lot of good talent, but you don't get too many names that come out there and work indie shows. And just coming out to Texas and meeting Book, it's you're kind of starstruck the first time. You're like, holy crap, it's Booker T. But he's really down to earth guy. If anyone gets a chance to meet him out in public, please approach him. He's a very approachable guy, very nice to talk to. But he's just one of those. He's kind of like another dad, to a lot of us. He's just looking out for us, trying to make sure we make the right decisions and all that.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. I want to talk a little bit about one of your previous matches that you had with the Pride. It was a tables match that you had. I got to watch that match, and that table was not y'all's friend that night.
That was one of those crazy Japanese tables you see from Botchamania.
Absolutely. So, have you had any other kind of experiences like that in some of your matches where just something just does not go the way that you're hoping that it does, and you just...
Yeah, not at all, but honestly, I'm very happy that happened, because I think that's what made the table match so great.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good match to begin with, but just that added crap, that damn table won't break. What's he gonna do? Break the table? That's really what made the match.
Yeah. Through Booker T, he reaches a worldwide audience. He's gotten a lot of exposure for you guys. What's sort of the support that you've gotten? Like, are you surprised at how many people reach out to you and to support you, or is it sort of just, oh, okay, I'm getting more fans, and this is pretty cool?
Well, honestly, it's a little bit of both. I get a lot of Facebook messages. One in particular from a fan who lives in the Houston area and just wants to start training with Book, and tells me I'm one of his biggest inspirations to actually want to be a wrestler. And just for someone telling you that's pretty cool, and you just want to go out of their way to at least try and help them as much as you can. Mm-hmm. So fans and all that, I definitely appreciate everyone that's backed me and supported me, throughout my time with PWA, ROW, or any other promotion I do go to. So it's all pretty cool.
Yeah, you have made a few appearances down here and at GCPBW, and certainly enjoy the show.
Take us through.
I appreciate it.
Take us back a little bit to like the young Rockstar Robbie. Did you have the passion since you were a kid? Is this like, what made you jump into this business? Like some inspirations and that kind of stuff.
Well, if anyone, if anyone's a fan or a friend of mine, I should say, on Facebook, you'll notice quite a few posts from a guy by the name of Tony Gilmore, and that's actually my dad. He, posts a lot of motivational messages for me on my Facebook wall. Whether it be pictures, old school, WWE, WWF pictures, anything like that. He's the one that got me into wrestling at the age of 2. And ever since then, that's all I've wanted to do. I didn't want to be a doctor, didn't want to be a cop, nothing like that. All I wanted to do was wrestle. And it's just kind of stuck with me ever since.
Very cool. Well, who are some favorites of like a young rock star?
You'll hear this a lot from any guy that's not the biggest guy in the world, Shawn Michaels. Right. I wanted to be Shawn Michaels, emulate him any way I could. Chris Jericho, love Chris Jericho. Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, anyone that's smaller. Randy Savage, love the hell out of Randy Savage. Just guys like that. And then, of course, you start focusing on the business aspect, and your favorites kind of expand a little bit. But as a young rock star, that's probably the list.
So where does that elbow come from? Is that a Macho elbow or is that a Shawn elbow?
I would more so put that as a Shawn elbow, but we can tie it into both. Why not?
Cool, very cool.
And speaking of some of your idols, I guess you could say, whenever you're growing up, working in the WWE. You've actually had a little bit of experience in WWE. Can you take us through some of that experience?
My first experience was February of 2010. Yeah, February 2010 in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I did a security spot for the Vince McMahon Bret Hart storyline. And just working with Vince and working with Bret, and then just kind of sitting back afterwards and realizing, holy crap, I just did a spot for, one of the biggest rivalries in history, And, since then, actually making 15 appearances for WWE in the last 2.5 years, it's pretty cool. Every time I get a call to go, it's, I get excited, just as the first time I ever got called. So, and actually did that first security spot with a guy by the name of Haniel T. from Louisiana, who was also at a recent show I went to on Sunday. But Danny, you were also at.
I was.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, so what's the vibe back like, Sage? Are there any guys that, like, take, the guys who are coming in aside, kind of, give them a heads up of what's expected of them, or, like, pointers and stuff of that nature? Take some time with you? Any of those guys?
Pretty much how it goes. I mean, whenever you're there, well, recently the format's kind of changed. You're actually there with William Regal for a couple days. And the 2 days that you're there, you're pretty much with him, learning from him, picking his brain, and, get to have matches and all that stuff. But, as you're doing all that, various others will come up to you, or you can approach them and just kind of pick their brain a little bit as well. And no one's really off limits. You just got to really kind of pick your spots. But everyone's very approachable there. I haven't really gotten the brush-off treatment from anyone there yet. So, anyone that does get a chance to go, just try and pick anyone's brain. I mean, don't be one of those that's just nervous, to go up to anyone. Everyone's real approachable.
I'm a humongous Regal fan, so please tell me he's as cool as he seems.
Regal is probably the coolest person I've met since I've been going there. Just a very, very funny guy, just one of those that you could sit down and talk to for hours.
Very cool.
Very nice. So we're getting ready for the pay-per-view, Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, Christmas Chaos 7. Just all kinds of tremendous talent going to be at the show. And just really looking forward to it. I know we'll probably be out there. We'll make sure to show our support for you. So. Yeah,
but please do. It's going to be a damn good show. Like y'all touched on earlier, Mitch Baxter and Jared Steele for the Internet title in a ladder match. That'll be pretty good. Also, Gustavo Mendoza versus the Eagle in a flag match. And, of course, myself beating on that punk-ass Australian Rob Barnes, getting my title back. So it'll be a damn good show. I hope you guys make it out. Anyone else listening, either make it out, catch the iPay-per-view on feed.com. It's going to be a damn good show, showing you guys why ROW is taking over independent wrestling and soon the world.
Absolutely.
We'll absolutely be there.
Definitely.
Before we let you get out of here, is there anything you want to plug? Twitter, Facebook, if anybody wants to book Rockstar Robbie, all your stuff you want to get in?
Yeah, definitely. If you guys want to book me, anyone that wants to book me, please get a hold of me at rockstarrobbie87@gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter. You can follow me at RobbieG_ROW. Any direct messages, I do reply to them also on Twitter. I try to keep in contact with as many people and fans as I can. And also on Facebook, if you look me up, Robbie Gilmore, I'm there as well.
Absolutely. So, Rockstar Robbie, it's certainly been a pleasure. We certainly do appreciate you coming on our show. Again, it's going to be 16511 Diana Lane in Houston, Texas. Go to realityofwrestling.com. Also, feed.com. That's PHEED.com/Booker T for more info on that. And we certainly do appreciate you coming on the show. And we wish you best of luck.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we wish you best of luck in your matchup coming up.
And all the listeners out there, please, 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 please check out the weekly YouTube show. It is awesome. It's absolutely worth your time. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Damn good stuff. Damn good stuff.
Well, thank you very much for being on our show, and we'll definitely keep in touch.
Tell you guys, you're awesome. Thanks a lot.
Take it easy.